Today, we're going to recap the weekend, talk about Monday Night Football winners for tonight, and let's cash a squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. We're beating Vandy, by the way. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Sure.
You guys want to buy this jersey? I just got it. Wore it one time down at Chapel Bill. Fucking done.
The only win seen in that jersey is by the Frogs. That's unbelievable.
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Monday, episode 789 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by SeatGeek. If you're buying tickets to go to an NFL game this year, buy your tickets on SeatGeek. SeatGeek partners with the NFL. They have the most ticket options on that app. And if you're going to any games, any concerts, you should always buy your tickets on SeatGeek. Use promo code Bookit10. Plug that puppy in now before you forget and get a discount on your next purchase. W SeatGeek. L weekend. Very public weekend, I guess is a good way to put it here. W Rob. W Big Rob in the chat, I will say. 7-stream streak from Big Rob. That's showing heart. That's showing up here every day. Can we clap it up for Big Rob, who's in here no matter what? W Big Rob, Jovan. Hope you had a better weekend than me.
No, not terrible. Better Saturday than Sunday.
Sade Weidman, 5-unit sub well to get the vibes up. W Sade, we appreciate you, Beast. Sade, you are goated. Appreciate the sub bangs. Every single show you come in here and drop a sub splooger. So we appreciate you, Beast. We appreciate you, Beast. Love you, Krabs, but your Commanders cost me so much. Sadly, it's just because Jaden got hurt. Not just because Jaden got hurt. The team is not as good this year. They're not. Adam's got picks getting involved. W. Adam's got picks. We appreciate you on the subby, my man. 25 months. A 25-month streak. You're him. W's. Appreciate you, Beast. We've got a hype train moving and grooving. Yeah, I might have to pick up a new Sunday hobby, folks. I've heard gardening is very soothing, very calming.
Nah.
I might have to pick up some gardening.
The way we're talking
Pick
gardening.
up a nice book. Yep. Maybe picking up a nice book. Maybe getting involved, kicking the feet up, laying on the couch, and, finishing a nice book, right? Maybe some bird watching. Yeah, snacks. Good call. Might be bird watching season because I'm just about done with the NFL at this point after watching my QB go out there and get hurt once again. Seeing the tweets of his mom bitching about it, saying, please don't compare my son to RG3. Well, he's RG3. So what do you want people to do?
Could rip some Bowman.
Yeah, could. I could call into the local radio station and hope I get picked up and maybe bitch about the game. And you guys could listen to it. We could do that. We got Mikey Jones getting involved. W. Mikey, appreciate you getting involved, my man. 7-stream streak. 7-stream streak. That does not grow on trees, my man. W. Mikey Jones showing up every single day. You and Big Rob are the glue. Okay? Thoughts on Duke? Yep, I knew that was a loser when I plugged it in. Too sharp.
Yeah, they stink.
Too sharp. They stink. And Georgia Tech finds ways to win. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Darian Mensah and the Duke Blue Devils are fake sharp more often than not. And Manny Diaz is not a good coach. We got One Shot Phenom getting involved. One Shot Phenom resubbing for 3 months. Atta boy. Auburn as well, too sharp. Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and get into the recaps here? I think we'll start out with some squad ride recaps, which could have been worse. Let's not let yesterday, bring us down here, folks. We had a pretty good Friday and Saturday squad ride, back-to-back unders. Shout out Miami. Shout out Carson Beck. My goodness, 4 picks.
Dude, Carson Beck needs to be
4 picks.
Taken behind the barn.
4 picks.
He's bad.
We got Rye Guy getting involved, dropping a subby. Let's go, Rye Guy. 2 years. Atta boy.
Good go.
Atta boy. Come on now. All right. Chargers ML was a horrendous pick. Sharps in the squares,
Horrid.
consensus pick. And that was a horrid play. So
Horrid.
apologize for making you guys bet that shit. And the Colts might go to the Super Bowl. So that's also cool. Maybe we lock in those futures.
Colts Bucks cinema.
Colts might be going to the bowl. Yep. Colts might be going to the bowl. All right. Let's go ahead and keep recapping so we can get to the plays for tonight. Guys, we do have a game 7 on the Diamonds. Looking forward to talking about that. We've got some NFL games tonight, plural, 2 games tonight. We've got some plays on the ice as well. We're blessed up with a pretty good Monday night slate. Okay. We got a lot to talk about. Let's go ahead and power through these recaps. Friday Sharp Report. Pretty bad for me. Lightning, bad ball club.
Yeah.
Under in Toronto and Seattle. I mean,
you kind of got fucked with the Lightning because that Cooch announcement out 10 minutes before the game was pretty much shit.
Yep. Certainly moose shit. You know what else is moose shit? Grand Slam.
Yeah, that was
in
nuts.
The Mariners game that led to 8 runs total in that game and no runs since. So, yep. Another over in that series. Just bet the over every game and it hits and you get rich. And you get retired. It's that easy.
Until
Jovan, Louisville plus 13.5 was a better wager than the under. Need to get that on record. You're over on the ice as well. Great play.
Yeah.
We got to pick it up with the squares today. Okay.
Yep.
All right. What else we got to recap here, Gootsy? How about the Hail Mary and the 5 guys, which were just really bad again? Dante Moore, lucky pick. Sorsby, terrible square. Rico Dowdle, terrible square. JD5, hurt. Addison was your best work.
Yeah, he had 100.
That was your meat on tape play. Great
Yeah.
call. Great call. Hail Mary, our 2 favorite plays lost, and all the other plays hit. So my Air Force play was my favorite play on Saturday. The Chargers, I believe, was one of Javon's favorite plays at least. And those were the 2 that lost. So, man.
That was nuck. I'm honestly glad Air Force got backdoored. So the Chargers, we didn't get to Sunday for nothing. I think we're getting somewhere, though. That feels like we're edging on the Hail Mary.
Just not good enough.
I'm feeling
not
it.
Good enough.
Feeling it in plums for next week.
Not good enough. Might have to do a 3-hour episode on Friday, the Perry Pod, and just do it live. Bring squares with us and just do it live and see what you guys think. We might need your help. Shout out Goots and the Irish. They got it done this weekend. Shout out Jeremiah Love. I was asking my buddies this weekend, would you rather have Ashton Jeanty on your dynasty team, or would you rather have Jeremiah Love on your dynasty team? I do think it's probably Jeanty, but I think it's a little bit of a closer gap than people would initially think.
I would be inclined to say Jeanty because he's, we've already seen him in the league. But J Love's going to be a first-round pick, so we'll see. It depends on what team he goes to. Obviously, that plays a role in that.
That's huge for running backs. It's pretty much everything.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Yep. He's one of my favorite Notre Dame players of all time.
He's really good.
Really good.
He's really good. He'll be the consensus 1-1 pick in dynasties this year. So
probably, yeah.
Just like Jeanty was. So I was curious who people would rather have, and if he goes to a team that's really good and runs the rock, you can make an argument for J Love. Right? Where do you think he'll go? Any predictions?
The Ravens. The Ravens lose out. Ravens. Get J Love. How about
it? Yeah. If it's obvious Jeanty will explode with a better team. Well, that's unfortunate. He's not going to be on one because he's drafted by the Raiders.
Play the cards you're dealt here,
Jeremiah Love goes anywhere.
If he goes on a competitor or a team that is in winning game scripts, I might be more inclined to go J Love. I'll say it.
Yeah.
I think you got a tip cap to Jeanty, but I think it's a closer gap than people expect. And it depends on the team. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and recap here. Richie's trapped in Vegas. Jesus. Well, there could be worse places to get trapped in, Richie.
He's talking
Even
about
the airport's fun. Oh, he's trapped in Vegas. Okay. I thought Richie was actually trapped in Las Vegas. And that's where my brain is on a Monday afternoon, folks. After some Commanders Bud Lights and a terrible, terrible Commanders loss. That's how my brain is functioning. Yep.
We gotta hang up. We gotta hang up the Bud Light, man. I know it's the commies beer. Just piss.
Bud Light might be back. People are saying it. Not me.
Who's saying that?
People are saying Bud Light might be back.
I feel like you're just saying that only because they have Commanders cans and all the teams cans.
Certainly a major factor of that line. Yes, certainly is. Certainly is. I'm a light beer guy, chat. I don't care who knows it. You guys know I'm an open book. I'll tell you how I see it. I'll tell you how it is. And, I'm not one to sugarcoat. I'm not one to make up. I'm here to tell you what I like, what I don't like. And I like me a Bud Lights. Sue me.
The second I saw that on the feed from you, Krabs, that was just bad vibes.
Sue me. I prefer Mick Ultra over Bud Lights. I'm with you, Mac. But does Mick Ultra have the Commanders logo on the can? No.
What's the difference?
No. So that beer hits different. They were certainly hitting different. Might have had one too many after JD5 got hurt last night. Drink liquor like a man. Not a liquor guy. Haven't been since college. Drank plenty of liquor then. And now it makes me want to puke. Yep. Spotted cow would be cool. Again, I don't live in Milwaukee, Big Bat. So kind of tough to get my hands on that puppy.
Yeah, I
do like some Millardine, but
like my friends do.
What'd you say?
So I need to start smuggling it like my friends who moved from Wisconsin used to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's that good. It's that good. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Kevin, not a bad idea. Krabs, instead of giving us 20 picks where 15 of them are losers, which, by the way, didn't happen, but whatever. How about giving us one winner? Not a bad idea, Kevin. I could go the Rowdy Rhymes treatment and just do PODs one at a time. See how that works. I've heard worse ideas. I've heard worse ideas. All right. Yeah, maybe sent too many plays this weekend. Let's talk about them. Let's recap. Let's look at the college football and NFL weekend previews. See how we did overall. Jovan almost a sweep in college football. You could blame UVA for not sweeping.
Yeah, definitely did not think Wazoo had it in the tank to compete and almost win that game. Thought they'd be trailing a little more, but that was shit.
Shout out UVA for winning again. Nice. They might win the Natty.
I mean, did you see how they won that game, Krabs?
No, I actually didn't. Honestly.
It was tied, and they tied it on a field goal. Wazoo got the ball back, and I forget exactly how it went, but they fair caught it with some weird rule in the kickoff. I forget what exactly it was, but Wazoo fucked up and got the ball on the 1 to start the next drive that they could go win the game, and immediately got a safety.
Nice. Seems like they just have the horseshoe up their asses here.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. College was okay for me. College was great from you. NFL, not great either way. And I need to make some changes. Need to figure it out. Need to stop taking these fake sharp dogs and need to find more winners on the gridiron. Plain and simple. Plain and simple.
You did hit meat though. I saw that was red, but that was green.
Oh. All right.
The Niners was red on graphic from Krabs.
Take any win we can get there, folks. We need a bounce back this weekend, Randip. Only option we have. NFL has just been square as heck the last year and a half. I don't get it. Square's cleaned up. They absolutely cleaned up shop this weekend once again in the NFL. They did. So we'll see if that lasts. We'll see if that lasts tonight. I'm curious to hear what these square angles are in these two games. We'll talk about them. But let's look at these games that happens. I mean, I don't even know if the Cowboys were square. I guess they were.
Yeah.
Consider the Commanders had so many injuries, probably. Right? So they hit. I mean, the Rams 35-7. That was pretty square. Chiefs 31-0. That's the Chiefs. Don't have to spend any more time on that. Browns. I don't know if that was square. That might have honestly been sharp. Although it's two horrendous teams. And the overhead in that game, which is actually
it was sharp, the popular sharp play of the week.
The Bears covered with ease, and Caleb had 4 fantasy points. I don't know how he did it, and they still won by 12. So that was pretty square. Eagles, Jalen Hurts, I chirped him, and he probably had the best passing performance I've ever seen him have. So I've got a tip cap there, and got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, if he plays well, I'll talk about it. If he plays like shit, I'll let you know. And he actually had a good game for the first time this season, and probably the best passing game I've seen him ever have. So shout out Jalen Hurts. Got to give credit where credit's due. If my guy Godsynth is in the chat, I think he is. You're probably feeling pretty good after watching that one. We got Jeff Hartle. We got Adam Scott Whalers reaching 7 stream streaks. Appreciate you, gents. That's heart. Okay. Panthers, they won. The Jets lost again. That's pretty square. Patriots cover with ease in a Vrabel revenge game. That was square. The Colts at plus chicken looked like the easiest, most square play of the weekend. That hit with ease. I mean, the Giants covered. That really was not square, to be honest with you. So there's a sharp play for you. The Packers did not cover. So that's, I guess, sharp for the Cardinals. Who the hell wanted to bet on them? And the Niners did come through, which I thought was a little bit sharp. The line moved before kick for no reason.
I saw that.
Sketching me out. I don't know what was good with that.
What's going on, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, we got baited.
Yeah. Overall, pretty square Sunday. Let's hope that changes tonight. All right. We'll get to those games here in a moment. We got to look at the meat sheets. I think I had a little too much meat.
I didn't realize you had that many plays. Good Lord.
Well, it's a meat sheet. That's what it's for. It's for leans. Not betting all these plays. That's what a meat sheet is, but maybe one or two too many.
A little different. I only put the plays I'm on there. That's why
the point of a meat sheet is it's supposed to be all the leans you like for the day. But yeah, I might have had one too many on there. Your card is, the plays you lock in, or you tweet out your plays. Those are the plays you lock in. Meat sheet is a cheat sheet. It's supposed to be a lean in as many games as you have. That way, if people want to bet it, they can at least take an angle that you like. And that cost me this weekend, that's for sure. A lot of red X's. Purdue, if I bet Purdue again, I mean, literally just kick me off the show. They are horrendous. Auburn, horrendous team as well. Utah, worst game ever. Great call on the under. Worst game ever. Wisconsin, they might be the only team in the Power Four that's in a worse spot than the Hokies, which is saying something.
Yeah.
Duke, again, that's just one of those plays you lock in, it's fake sharp, and you're just ready for the cake, and there it is. The under in Arizona, Houston, which was probably one of my favorite underrated plays, and that one hit pretty much at halftime. So again, pretty square weekend overall. I guess shout out UAB is really the only positive I have on that sheet. Outright.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Out of all the stuff that could have hit this weekend, Jovan, that's what hit.
Yeah.
Can't make it up.
Blazers.
Well, a lot of good straight bets from you over there. Only a couple losers. Love seeing that.
Decent bet. First half under on the pick six was absolute moose shit. And Notre Dame, first half too. Both first halves, I guess, were unbelievable. Goots, we got any statements on that pick that CJ Carr threw?
Not really too concerned about it.
I know. They won. That was
football game.
That was Jameis.
Yeah, it was a little Jameis. He's had a couple of those like throughout the season, a couple blips. He had that weird one across the middle where he kind of flicked it a couple weeks back. I mean, yeah, he needs to clean those up. But yes, that was bad.
Really bad. Really bad.
Marcos, we crafted the meat sheet to be a cheat sheet of all the plays that we like. If you want the plays that I lock in, you can follow them on Pickett. You can check my tweets. I post a card for every single day. Every single day. The point of the meat sheet is that it's a cheat sheet for that slate. It's supposed to have more plays on there than you're actually taking. That way, if you're looking at the slate, you want to bet something, you want to bet a game that's coming up next, you could go to the meat sheet and say, oh, the boys like this play. They might not have it locked in, but they lean that way. They like that play. That's why it's on the cheat sheet. not the official card that you put out from Pickett's. Does that make sense? Makes a lot of sense to me. Makes a lot of sense to me. Let's look at the NFL meet sheet. See how we did overall. W squares from you.
Yeah, W squares.
That's about it.
JD5. I would have been Jeff if JD5 did not get hurt. That was Moose.
Yep. And now the season's over.
Yeah, GG season.
I guess Rico Dowdle was just a freebie. Yep. That was just the easiest play ever. You don't have to think. You just lock it in and make coins. That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, I'll be fading him again next week.
JD5 washed. Not washed. He's hurt. If you watch the game, Young Yak, you would see that.
Yeah, he was balling. Sneakily.
He was off a little bit on some of his reads, but, I mean, yeah, he kept him in the game while he was in there, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole vibes are off with that Commanders team, man. You got Terry McLaurin not traveling with the team to face off against our rival when he's hurt. When you got Puka Nacua hopping on a 15-hour flight to go overseas and he's hurt and he's sweating out, on the sidelines with the squads. The whole vibes are off with this Commanders team. I don't know what it is. Terry's changed up. JD5's hurt. Defense is terrible. Horrendous. Marshawn Lattimore is horrendous.
Bad.
Tressway tried, but he can't win games himself with this defense. So he put points up on the board. He pinned him on the one. We got a safety, got the ball back. Tressway can only do so much. He can only do so much. So,
yeah, I'm always root for the Commanders for your sake, but I do love a nice Marshawn Lattimore hate watch.
Yeah, that's fair as a Bucs fan.
Yeah,
that's fair. All right. Yeah, let's move on and leave those plays in the past. I guess that's the best way to put it. And move on to some plays for tonight. I don't know if y'all noticed, but McLaurin has only played like 2 weeks. Yep, I've noticed that. King Stevie, kind of moose shit. After we paid him, unfortunately, I have noticed that. And Dak Prescott, I want to give him his flowers. Number one, he should be up there for the MVP. I know your guy Baker's deserves to be ahead for now. He does. But Dak should be right up there as well, right behind him.
Yeah,
Dak is just having an unbelievable season. He's had 4 straight games, with 3+ touchdowns and 0 picks. Whew.
It's him, dude.
He's 11-2
to put the pressure on Jerry.
He's 11-2 against the spread in his career against the Commanders.
Wow.
He owns the Commanders. He owns the Commanders. And he sliced and diced us up like a goddamn tenderloin last night in Jerry's world. Yep. Unbelievable. Drake May look good once again. I cannot believe I benched him in one league for Carson Wentz. And that's one I'm probably going to lose sleep over. Yep.
That's a shootable offense, Krabs.
Yep. Too cute. Too cute. I did it. Yep. I'm an open book. I'll tell you when I fuck up. I'll tell you when I do good things. And that was certainly not one of them. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's get into some plays for today. Taking the lines. Yep. Sorry, Jovan. It's not personal. Just business. At some point, the luck has to run out for the Bucs. Injury bug. Everybody's hurt. Baker been winning new games himself at times this season. Been incredible. I mean, he's breaking out of these fucking sacks and running for 15-yard first downs, and he's so swaggy and has so much aura where I'm scared to fade, but it has to be done. Lions off a loss. Bucs have won 4 of their last 5. 5-1 squads. Lions catching this much steam, up to 6.5 some places. It has to be taken. It has to be taken. You're going to see Sonic and Knuckles active early and often in this one. Hopefully a St. Brown touchdown as well. Started him in my DFS league. So Would like to see him go off in this game tonight. Probably Laporta as well. That Bucks defense, man, can they keep getting away with it? We'll see tonight with that total moving up 4 points. I think it's the Lions. I think it's points. I think this game will be fun. Much more fun than the second game. We'll talk about that in a moment. But give me the Lions laying a big number that nobody wants to take against the red hot Bucks, who just keep getting away with it and look like this year's, Commanders with the luck. We'll see if it lasts another week. It might. It might. But I'm willing to bet that it doesn't. And you see Dan Campbell and the Lions, a team that I never bet on, come through tonight.
Yep. Kind of agree, even though I don't want to say it. But think if this game is going to be a little square in that factor, I think it's also got to come with the square side of points. So I'm kind of with you. And I just wanted to take the over in the game, which is very square. It makes sense, especially with the 2 games on the slate. But look at it. Obviously, the Lions are missing everybody in the secondary. The games against the Lions, I think they've faced them 3 times in the last 2 years. They've been very different. The ones in the regular season have been super low scoring, like Todd Bowles' masterclass against that electric high-flying offense. And then the one in the playoffs was incredibly high scoring. I think it was 30-23 and would have landed on this number, but I think went over in that context of the game. But a lot of it, Todd Bowles has been pretty good against the Lions and slowing down that offense. A couple times he's seen them, even though it was, not a offense that they have right now. It's a Ben Johnson offense, but it's relatively similar. He's been pretty good at that. But the reason why I think the defense is so much better in spots this year is because they have his guys that can man up, even though they're very injured right now. So the soft zone that they're going to use or have used is not what they use as much this year, which works against other teams. I don't think it's going to work against this Lions offense because you're just going to get torched one-on-one on the outside pretty much every single time you see the ball, regardless of who ends up actually suiting up in the secondary for this game. So I think if you're going to go, because their method of victory or trying to do so against the Lions the last couple of games has been control the ball, play slower. The difference is you don't have Bucky Irving. Rashad White's not getting you yards. Even I love Sean Tucker, but he's not going to have a big enough role to get you yards so you can have that ball control. You got to attack the secondary, which Grizzard is foaming at the mouth to do that. So you can't play this ball control game. It's not good enough. You're going to have to go band for band with them. That's your only option. So I think we're getting points.
Points. I see it. Totals up a bunch. These 2 offenses, don't care if it's square. I think it's like the Commanders and the Cowboys ever. You're getting points in this game no matter what. They'll find a way. They'll find a way. All right. 3 overs from you. They'll go 2-1 or 3-0. Excited to tail some of those puppies and hear some of those sell jobs. Okay?
Sure.
Let's swing it around for now, Gootsy. Can I take you to the diamond real quick? Little NFL Monday Night Football sandwich here with MLB in the middle. Give me Seattle on the first 5 ML. Get in, get out. I think if Kirby walks a single guy, he's getting pulled in this game. It doesn't matter if it's in the second inning. Shit, maybe even the first. That's why his pitching outs is at 11, but he has a green 1.5 earned runs allowed square that we're going to talk about here in a moment. George Kirby, I don't even know how long he's going to be going in this game. He had a terrible start in that last outing, right? He gave up a bunch of runs. They kind of just left him out there to, save the bullpen, I guess, was the game plan there. And he pitched pretty horrendously and got too cute, pretty much is what he said he was doing, where he was just leaving too many pitches over the middle of the zone. So he's not going to make that mistake again in this game. If he does, it'll be an early hook for Kirby. And a couple other things make me like a run or 2 early here for Seattle. You got the Nerfy square up on Prize Picks with the game with a 7.5 total. Thought that was kind of weird. Makes me think we do get a Nerfy in this game, but I'm not going to put my name behind a freaking Nerfy on the Sharp Report. I certainly will be having that square in some sort of lineup, but I do think we get a run early in this game in the first inning, and I do think it comes against Shane Bieber. I think he's the one that gives it up. If you look at his fantasy score, it's pretty low on Prize Picks as well. Obviously, he'll have a very short leash too. This is a game 7. This is a must-win game for both sides to go to the World Series, obviously. So any hint of trouble, either starting pitcher is getting pulled early in this one. But I do think it's going to be the Mariners who strike first in this game. I thought about playing them to score first, but thought that was maybe a hair too cheeky. But I do think the Mariners, I'm calling my shot here, I think they score in the first inning. I really do. I think they get to Bieber here in the top of the first, and you see them hold on. There is certainly some push potential here in a game that I do think eventually goes under probably, but You won't see me betting an under in this series anymore. They just don't hit. There's been like 4 or 5 straight overs in a row, and I don't know if that's going to slow down. And the juice did flip from minus 115 to the under to minus 115 to the over. And like I said, I do like that Yurfie. So you won't see me locking in that under. Instead, I'll take the Mariners first 5 on the money line, barely a plus chicken here. Maybe they blow it late. Maybe Toronto comes back. Maybe Vladdy. Maybe it is just his season. Maybe Springer is goated. Maybe this Toronto team does have aura. If they come back, it's going to be late in this game. And I think Seattle gets out to a pretty good start. And any sort of trouble from Kirby, you go to that elite bullpen right away. Okay, one game, must-win spot to keep your season alive. Pull them if you have to.
Yeah, you might need it. I'm in on that.
All right. KP, legit, you're a Mariners fan? Sure. I'll be rooting for your boys tonight, man. They need a win. Both these organizations need a World Series trip bad. Both of them do. So it's been a while since we've seen either of these teams doing something in the postseason. So either way, it's a win. But Brian Wu available in the bullpen as well. So if there's any sort of trouble for Krabs, he is gone. Could be a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Swinging around. Tell me about some of these overs on the ice.
Yes, the very gross Rangers home over in MSG, which if there was ever a situation for the Rangers to break through for their first goals at home, it's got to be tonight for a couple different reasons. The Wild are a little injured right now, especially at the back end. You're going to have no Bogosian, and they'll be missing an offensive piece too because Rossi's not playing, but a little thin on the back today, which they already were in the last handful of games, I guess, to start the season, but a little thinner tonight. Plus, the Rangers are one of the best 5v5 teams in hockey. They've been very unlucky, and if you've even watched them, like throughout the games they've gotten shut out at home or even when they've gone on the road, they've controlled 5v5 at an elite level. They're like a top 10 team in all of hockey right now, which is shocking with the amount of goals they've scored. But they finally got back on track over the weekend, beat the Habs in the Devil Magic versus most unlucky team in hockey game. But now you get a matchup against one of the worst currently 5v5 teams in all of hockey. So if there was any matchup that made the most sense by far that they've had in the last week and a half even, it's this one. I think they're going to score goals in the Wild, which I know the injuries probably play a little bit into this, but that's the reason why they're up to minus 150 when they haven't scored a fucking goal at home. It's laughable. And not only that, Gustafsson's come up and he's given up some goals, I guess, the last handful of games, but he gave up 5, but it's coming off a 40 save performance. So like when you add into all the things, there's a lot of different variables here that work into this being the Rangers game where they finally break out and score goals. Do I think the Wild are going to be able to hold their own too? Yes. This screams like a 3-3 OT game where the Rangers win, in my opinion. I think the offense will be fine. Missing Rossi is a pretty big hit, but I think the offense is going to be fine. This is the exact games that the Wild, when they're injured, when they're down, when they're on the road, when you count them out, and it's a weird situation for them to go into the game. That's exactly when they have their best offensive performances. So I feel like I didn't want to leave that out exactly, but I do think the Rangers finally make them play a game where it's going to be a little back and forth, high scoring, high tempo, and they're going to attack them early. So this is the game where they get the media off their fucking backs.
Okay. I agree. And I love seeing that Igor 2.5 goals allowed square, which makes me think the Wild could be a live dog in this one. But after hearing that sell job, just take the over. Go about your day.
It's going to be, it was between just laying minus whatever 150 with the Rangers at this point or taking the over. Believed in the Wild offense enough and saw that square enough to just take the over.
Weird square. Okay. Love it. Love the sell job. Love the play. Love looking at that square for Igor, one of the best goalies in the game. Love the narrative as well with the Rangers need to put up some goals. Okay. CC Nukes, my brain cannot even think about the Hokies on primetime on Friday yet, man. I am hurt. I'm a hurt man.
It's really soft going to the game, dude.
We got to wait until at least Tuesday to talk about that.
Yeah.
Jovan, I am not going to that school until they get their shit together.
Krabs.
I'm not going back there until they get their shit together. I don't know how much more clear I have to be. I'm not going back there until they figure it out, until James Franklin is in maroon.
What if this is what you need, though? What if the turnaround starts with you boots on ground?
No, it doesn't. I go down there, I see another one of my teams lose, and I'm heartbroken. And then I got to drive 4.5 hours back. Not doing it. Not doing it. Have not been back once since graduation. Not going back until they figure it out, grow up, put their big boy pants on, have good people in charge, not bad people who cheat on their wives, in charge of the athletic department. Until we have an actual coach. Until we have a QB who's not getting paid $900,000 to be atrocious. Atrocious. When those things change, I'll go back. It's that simple. If they win one game that matters, I'll go back. One game.
What about for hoops?
One. Maybe this Neo kid's legit. Maybe they go on a little run in the ACC. Certainly like those chances. We are a basketball school now. Sure. Yeah, Mike Young. I'm in. If they show me something, maybe I'll go down there. But again, Jovan, we've heard this movie before. Aren't you guys tired of it? I am. It's sad. Sad.
January 17th, Notre Dame VT.
Notre Dame's going to be good in college basketball this year again. Yeah, they got Marcus Burton coming back.
Yep.
You know?
Maybe we can get on a Blacksburg January 17th and see him play the Hokies.
Maybe. They got to win some games before that. They probably won't.
Shit.
Yeah, huge win for the Frogs last night against Tarleton State in the exhibition. Just in case you
heard Roddy was there courtside.
Yeah, it was at Tarleton State.
Roddy did the tip-off. You didn't see that?
I saw him mid-court. He's busting. Rothstein also might be onto something. I'll say it. I'll say it.
Might be onto something with TCU, or
at least with David Punch. David Punch looks like him, and I can't believe my eyes.
Now, I got in trouble for saying Rothstein's comments matter, and people say he just says positive things about every team. I got in trouble.
He does, though, because
I got in trouble.
As much as I would love to lean into it a little more, he said every single team can be a Big 12 title contender, and every single player that he's seen could be all Big 12 or all conference, not even just them. But he might be on something.
Real Nicky Gambles might need to go to another Mount game this year, man. I might be a Mount man now. Straight up. I might just be a Mount man. Cannot wait to see them. Hey, let's not forget their legacy season they had last year. Cover machines, go to the tournaments. There's a bunch of studs on that squad, man. Oi. 15 days, Real Nicky Gambles. 15 days. Jay Nasty, Jovan, can you tell me if Baker over rushing yards is Ma? Jovan?
It's pretty much Ma every primetime game.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it hits every time. It's probably going to hit again this game.
I can never say anything negatively about his rush yards because there's always that one run.
All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Swing it around for me, Gutsy. Got one more straight bet for the people. Then we'll come back to Jovan's last play. How about the under in the Texans and the Seahawks game tonight? How about that total dropping from 44.5 to 41.5? This is my favorite play of the day today. The under in Houston and Seattle, fading two teams that are starting to heat up. I mean, Seattle's been pretty good all damn season. 4 out of their last 5 games have been dubs. Texans out of the grave. They've won 2 games in a row, Jovan, as well. So things are looking up here for both these squads. And you got Houston coming off a bye after those 2 wins. So they're probably feeling pretty good, pretty healthy. And they've had 2 weeks to prep for Seattle. That smells like a defensive masterclass coming here from the Texans on the roads. And maybe a little bit of a letdown for Sam Darnold, who's been great this entire season. Got to tip cap, got to get flowers where they're due, and they're certainly due. He's been unbelievable. He's been unbelievable so far this season, and so is JSN, who I was wrong about as well. But in this game, with 2 weeks to prep for that Texans defense, I think you see a defensive masterclass from the Texans in this game. And I'm down to fade C.J. Stroud against Mike McDonald and that 12th man and that Seahawks defense that's above average and good damn near every game. So, yeah, go ahead and give me the under in this game. This one reeks of an under. The Prize Pick squares make it seem like it's going to be a pretty low-scoring affair as well. A lot of goblins you could take that look very, very green, very, very popular, and that scares the heck out of me. So JSN, extremely popular too. I'm excited to see how he somehow does not go more than his 87.5 receiving yards. Somehow, some way, he's going to go less than that number, and we're all going to find out tonight. But 10 p.m. game, late night game, going to be a snooze fest in this one. That total dropping, grab it before it gets any lower.
Sure. Shout out the under. And this might be the least watched Seahawks game in decades from the fans. With the game 7 going on.
Good point.
Probably hoping it's pretty sleepy.
Yeah. It's a great point. Big night for Seattle tonight. Jeez.
Huge night.
Okay. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. You got one more sell job here to give?
Yeah, I got one more on Devil Magic Cabs team total. Shout out them on the weekend for dropping one of the Rangers. Got one after a couple attempts on their Devil Magic team, but now they get to play the Sabres, who have looked really good the last couple of games. One of them was very different from the others. They shut out the Panthers over the weekend, and Alex Leon had I think 32 save shutout. And guess who's back in net tonight against the Habs, who have kind of sputtered, I guess, offensively. They haven't put up terrible numbers over the last handful of games, but they haven't been great compared to what they started the year as. And I think we'll see them be hot for a couple more weeks, but they've been, for a team that has as much firepower as they do, or as how much it seemed early on in the year, they've been pretty mid on the power play. And the Sabres fucking live in the box. That's the one thing that saved them, I guess, the last 2 games, the fact they cut that down a little bit. I think this is probably a spot where you're going to get the Habs tuning up the power play and have a real high-scoring performance. Another one where I was kind of debating singling out a team or taking the team total in this case, or the over in the game. But I just really wanted to fade the Sabres coming off of that Lions shutout. And this is another one of those matchups that makes perfect sense for one team to start to boost their numbers up in terms of the power play, just like the Habs against the Sabres here. So screams a huge letdown spot, in my opinion, for the Sabres defensively.
Okay. All right. Sabres might just be bad, man. They never respect coins.
Nah, yeah, they're bad. But 2 really good games for them in a row. See if they can keep it up again. I don't think so. And
back-to-back wins.
If I didn't think they were going to live in the box, which it still could be a pretty good, I guess, square regardless. But if I didn't think they were just going to live in the box and the Habs are going to rip a ton on them, I would certainly take a look at fading that extremely green line saves chart, which is probably piquing your interest on the board.
Yeah, certainly. I was eyeing some of these squares on the ice, and looks like they put up a couple more goals allowed, but Demon and a Goblin. Okay, you're looking at more of the goalie saves here.
A 3.5 Demon.
Yep.
Probably not too fat of one because his team total is only like plus 115.
Yep.
So it can't be too fat, but I'll have that in the lineup for sure.
Okay. All right. Has to be done. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's talk about some squares, folks. Got a couple here that I like. Not personal, Jovan, just business. Had some pretty good luck with these less than rushing receiving touchdown squares. And I don't think your guy, Rashad White, who's been really good filling in for Bucky overall the last couple weeks, good enough at least. I don't think he's scoring after scoring the last couple weeks in a row. I think it's a pretty green square, pretty weird looking square. And I do think if there's one part of this Lions defense that I do like, it is Aiden Hutchinson in that D-line. So unless we get a PI in the end zone and they put him on the 1, which even if they do, you might see Tucker involved. He's been involved in the red zone as well for you guys. You might see Baker running in himself on prime time, which he's done plenty of times in his career. And he's been a running machine in the prime time so far this season. A lot of different ways this square could go less than. And that's the exact spot we want to be in here. It's also very, very juicy on the books for him not to score a touchdown. I think I saw he's plus 105 to score a touchdown now, and that was not the case last night. So good to see the under catching steam on the books there. Who knows how much longer this square will even be up. I need to check and make sure it even is going to be up still. But yeah, I think could see Baker going off once again. I don't have the sack to fade that, and that guy goes off every game, but I can and will fade Rashad White. Okay?
Fair.
You hate it or?
No. I'm not a Rashad White fan. He's been the tough yards guy the last couple weeks, but he's only averaging like 3 yards a carry. And I think this is going to be more of a sling it in the end zone game for Baker.
Well, that square's off the board anyways now.
How'd you do?
Under's too juicy. Thought we could squeak one in there, folks. Thought we could squeak one in there. I was severely mistaken. Well, I'll have plenty of squares in this game tonight, guys. Don't worry. We might even have time to craft up a lineup on this stream. Okay? George Kirby. After an atrocious outing, Jovan, an outing where, he just was throwing meat, dude.
Meat.
Talk about meat sheets. Talk about extra meat. He was throwing meat. He gave up 8 runs in that game against his same squad. So they're putting up a 1.5 earned runs allowed square. He's juiced to the under on the books for his under 1.5. And I'm double checking the Carfax on that right now. Yep, minus 120 to the under 1.5 on the books. Big fan of Kirby less than on Prize Picks here, guys, for a couple reasons. Number one, I think Kirby pitches much better and bounces back after that horrendous outing in that last game where he did settle in a hair towards the end, but it was just a bad start overall. And again, if there's any sort of trouble, Jovan, he is getting yanked out of this game so quick. It's not even funny. So I've watched his pitching out square get bumped down from 11.5 to 11 as well. The under is super juicy on that puppy. I don't even know if it's even up on the board anymore. It is. The less than 11 pitching outs, which I certainly like as well. And it's completely green. You know why that square is going to hit as well? Because if he lets a single guy on base in the 3rd or 4th inning, he's coming out of the game. And they're putting in Castillo or they're putting in Wu or one of these other starters. And they're going to keep piggybacking because they cannot afford to leave Kirby out there again like they did in that last start he had to eat up innings and save the bullpen. So no need to save the bullpen. No need to save the other starters' arms in this game. It's a must-win game 7. The script here, in my opinion, is if Kirby gives up a solo shot, sure, we're still in business here, Jovan, and they'll probably pull him shortly after that. If he gives up a solo shot and a base runner, he's definitely getting pulled, and I trust whoever's going in, whether it's a bullpen guy or whether it's one of those starters I named earlier, to go in there and shut the door in a game I think they win. So give me the less than 1.5 earned runs allowed square for Kirby. Looks like an easy more than. It's not. It's a game 7, and if he gets in any sort of trouble, he's out of here.
Sure. Thanks.
What about you? What are you crafting up over there?
Ooh. Hopefully none of them. I think it's a Sterling Shepard game, Krabs.
Okay.
I've been having this feeling. We've been talking about it in the group chat for a bit because Mike's coming back, which is awesome. I don't know if Igbuka is going to play. I think it's stupid if he does play. And if he does play, he's going to be on a little bit of a snap count. So I think that's relatively irrelevant. But I think it's a Shepard game, which Baker has the rapport with him, and they like to use him in a lot of different ways. Like sometimes they'll put him in the slot. Sometimes they'll put him on the outside opposite Mike when we're a little shorthanded, which we'll probably see a bit today. But I think, again, if you're looking at this game, you're going against a tough rush defense. I don't think Rashad's doing shit. I don't think Sean Tucker's doing shit. I don't think the run game is going to do much of shit. You're going to have to sling it deep. And what they love to do, especially against weaker secondaries or injured secondaries, whether it's been Grizzard or even like Liam Cohn last year, they like to use a decoy on one side and send a guy on like a poster corner out deep over the top, which some of the time that's been Tez Johnson. We've seen those highlights, saw that last week. Sometimes it's Sterling Shepard. Sometimes it's a lot of the lesser known receivers. And a lot of time it's been Igbuka too. But obviously I don't think he's been sent on too many of those today. But I think Shepard is going to be the guy that takes advantage of it, regardless of where they put him. Because not only, again, he has the rapport with Baker, but he's also been like kind of the safe possession guy, which is weird because you have Cade Otton, who also can't catch and is a horrible tight end, but probably will see an increase in today. But like after that, it really hasn't been anything on the opposite side of the field, whether it's been just Igbuka or just Mike. The opposite side of the field has been nothing in the short game. So I think you're going to see a lot of everything from Sterling Shepard today. And I also think he gets in the end zone. I don't think Rashad's scoring. I'm with you there too. I honestly don't even know if Mike is going to be scoring. I think it's going to be a couple NPCs for the Bucs today, which Shepard's not really an NPC, but he's a part of the Shepard, Tez, like Ryan Miller type crew. I think a couple of them are scoring today. Yeah. So I'm in on Sterling. And then Demidov, I have no choice but to take Sabres' best power play or best penalty kill in the league. I think they're going to live in the box tonight. I think this whole week when they have a couple of pretty soft matchups, I think they play the Flames after this, and then Oilers are not a soft matchup, but it's a big matchup. I think Demidov's going to have a pretty big week, which is probably why this square is up. I think he's going to be ripping. He's on, honestly, a shit line because they've been giving Newhook a bunch of opportunities, and that's partially been because he's facilitating to him. But that second line has been good on paper. You gotten a little lucky. The second power play line has been god awful. He's ripping today. I think he's going to be aggressive and get some points too.
I'm in. No, I'm reading the YouTube chat for Haitian. It's just so toxic, so there's nothing else to respond to. I did drop the link to the Sharp Report 3-man in the Twitch chat. I'll do it again. Unfortunately, the Rashad White square is off the boards. They do have a Jahmyr Gibbs and Rashad White 1.5 touchdown combo, Jovan.
I mean, those have been soaring under on primetime. Yeah. Or even during the regular Sunday slates, the regular 1.5s.
Mook, I think the game plan, we'll just go with a 3-man there on the Sharp Report.
Yeah, I wouldn't fade Rashad fantasy just because he could easily have 5 catches.
5 catches.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I will have that 1.5 less than rushing receiving touchdown combo from Gibbs and White. I will have that in a lineup. That's for sure. Okay. W squares, W sell jobs. Yeah, let's move. Let's groove. Chris, I like that Monday Night Football late night under. I like it a lot in Houston and Seattle, my man. Could be some good less than squares in that game as well. I think JSN is going to find a way somehow to go less than. Cooper Kupp is very popular today for some reason. He's probably going to go less than. We'll talk about it. For now, let's go look at Pickett Pro, W Pickett Pro. Let's go check out these Pickett splits on Pickett's. W Pickett. Let's go ahead and check out the splits in Jovan's Bucks game. I'd love to hear if he thinks his squad has a chance to, maybe cover or win this game outright. I'm sure he does, as he should, with how good they've looked so far this season, even with the injuries they've had. Good to see the spread is a little bit more public here on Pickett than it is on Twitter. Maybe Twitter's just hitting the bet for once tonight with everybody on the Lions. But public dog here. Splits don't lie. Over almost $3.5 million locked in on Pickett. It'll probably be close to double that by the time we get kickoff. Let's just hope the Bucks stay public for my sake. Jovan's thinking the exact opposite, though. Obviously rooting for his team. You think your boys win outright? You think I got some cake locked in today, or you think this is when the luck
might have
runs
some
out?
cake locked in, but I don't think they win. This kind of screams at the point where, I don't know, everybody's kind of counting them out, rightfully so, because they're so fucking hurt. So are the Lions, to be fair, but screams like a heartbreaking loss. Maybe it's by 7 and it's just by a possession, but could also be by a field goal.
Okay. Well, the good thing about you and your Bucks is that they're never out of a game. They're always one Baker crazy drive away from being right back in that puppy.
Yeah,
fun team to be a fan of.
5-1, and last week was the first week they didn't have a game-winning drive, which is insane.
So that makes me like the Lions even more. But you got to tip cap and respect what the Bucks are doing right now, Jovan. Probably one of the coolest teams to be a fan of right this second. A lot of heart being shown from Baker and Co. Cannot deny it. Oh, look, most popular play, Amon-Ra. Touchdown. Oh, that's not good for my DFS lineup, but there's also an Amon-Ra touchdown square on Prize Picks, Jovan, which is interesting.
Yeah, that might be I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a little red as well. It hasn't scored in 2 weeks, so Robo Slips likes golf, rushing yards. Hold those squares down to, look at some squares in the primetime games in a moment here after we look at the splits. Let's check out the splits in game 2. Hopefully that under is not too public. And it is. Nice.
It's probably just a little Texans tax. Crazy to think. Right. I think the Texans win the game. And I also think that line is insane. I mean, like, nobody's talking about it. They're only +3 in Seattle. The Bucks were +3.5, 4 in Seattle.
Yeah. I think the opener was insane. I think right now it's still weird. I'm with you. Yeah. But that +1.5, +2 that I saw earlier this week, that's insane.
Yeah.
For the Texans there. That's some serious respect. Now, they are coming off of 2 big wins and a bye. So that's going to give you a little respect. But in Seattle, the way that Seattle's looked this season, I'm with you. That's weird.
It's weird. I think it's slept on what that line is. This feels like the biggest bait-looking line of the entire NFL week, I would say.
Wow. Well, I'm always down to fade the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Has not treated me well so far this season, but again, I never hear a bell. So I'm down to go back if you think that's something we should be doing for tonight. And I definitely am with you on that spread. Certainly some respect for the Texans. Have not seen many bets on either side in that game. I feel like people are scared.
Yeah.
People are scared.
I haven't seen too many talks on that game, except for Cooper Kupp ladders.
Yep, a lot of Cooper Kupp love, which is super weird. Seattle has oddly been worse at home than on the road this season. Yeah, that's true, DeGen. They're 1-2 at home against the spread, and on the money line, which you don't see very often from Seattle and makes me maybe a little bit more scared to fade them. But Jovan's right. That's some serious respect and probably a little bit of a short line. Let's not forget people writing off this Texans team 3 weeks into the season, saying they were one of the worst teams in football. CJ Stroud sucks. Their defense didn't look great. Well, things have changed, I guess.
The defense,
at least the
defense, I wouldn't be worried about for the Texans, especially.
No.
I mean, coming off the bye, I know they went in with 2 wins. One of them was like it's the Rat Meat Ravens. So like I don't really think that's something too much of significance, but I don't think there are teams that needed an early bye more than the Texans, many of them at least. So like you got your win over the IR Ravens, which was cool, but like now feels like a better chance for the offense to get it together, and the defense has already been good most of the time to start the year. It's like it feels like a solid time to lock in with 2 weeks of prep.
Okay. Let's scroll down and look at some of those popular markets, Gootsy. JSN touchdown, most popular play, of course. Damn, that's a lot of juice. A lot of juice on that over. You'd think that'd be closer to a pick 'em, but I digress.
Yeah.
People are taking Nico. Not surprised there. It's Nico Collins. Kenneth Walker, the most overrated running back in the NFL. People are taking him. AJ Barner. Looks like the people are learning their lesson here, missing out on some AJ Barner touchdowns of late.
Coded.
Okay.
Coded.
Okay. Krabs, go check out golf pass attempts. We could check it out. Do you have anything else on the hockey games today? Or do you want to maybe make a comment on the ALDS tonight or the ALCS tonight? Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't think I have too much in the hockey games, except you do have undefeated Canes on the road tonight as very slight dogs in Vegas. Maybe that makes a little bit of sense. Maybe not, because looking at the splits here for the total, for whatever reason, it's pretty heavy over. But, I mean, that game just screams tight defensive battle where the Canes fall a little short. So I couldn't really decide between VGK or an under in that game, but something's got to give.
I also liked Calgary on the money line.
That line is really weird. I will say, though, the Jets do not get very much line respect.
Yeah, and
especially when they're on the road, their lines are always weird. And the sharper, almost the sharper it looks to fade them, the more cake it is damn near every single time.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I can get there with the Calgary, but they've lost 5 games in a row, and they opened up barely dogs against Winnipeg. So certainly lean that way. Money talk, we're going to look at Chubbs. Squares in a second here, don't you worry. I see his rushing yards is very green. I'm hoping for Pork's sake that maybe we see a little bit more of Pork in this game, right? We should. He's better. So it's been weird the last couple of games. They haven't used him as much after that one splooge fest. So
yeah, if there's a square angle, I think as far as squares go, that I kind of would not mind leaning into for the 2 games tonight, it's probably Pork receiving yards. Which is
Pork.
Seen that. Yeah, I've seen that quite a few times in the feed, but I think it makes all the sense in the world. They're gonna have trouble running the ball. You had the bye week to prepare for this, which I'm sure in the preparation is CJ Stroud, get the fucking ball out of your hands because your O-line is garbage. You're going to be facing a good front seven.
Maybe they should trade another lineman. What do you think? Should
Yeah,
we trade another lineman?
That doesn't get talked about. It's like some of the most horrid off-season and in-season work of all time. Just trading linemen.
Trading linemen when your line already sucks. Makes no sense, bro.
None, dude.
Makes no sense. You know what else doesn't make a lot of sense? The Jared Goff pass attempt square in a game that they're supposed to win with ease at -6. Wouldn't you think if they're up in the majority of this game, Jovan, that they'd probably be handing the ball off to Sonic and Knuckles a ton?
Yeah. I think it's fair too, though, because I mean, what are they going to do? Run on the Bucks defense?
Yeah, I mean, on the outside, maybe. Definitely not up the gut.
Yeah,
Probably not a big
that'll be a
D-Mon
little
game.
tougher.
Maybe a little Gibbs around, sidelines type.
Yeah.
They're not running through Vita Vea, that's for sure.
No, nobody really does.
No. You know what other square I like as well? And by the way, the pass attempt square is the juice is pretty even. -112, -113 for the 32.5 pass attempts. I think Baker throws a pick. I think there's a rare Baker mistake in this game. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Looking at the prize pick square that's up there, and I'm looking at the odds in the books. It is a little hair juicy to the over there, -116 for him to throw a pick, and he's only thrown, I believe, one pick this whole season. Thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, he has been a little lucky too. He probably should have 3 or 4 by now. He's had a couple really fortunate ones get dropped.
Yeah,
I don't know who's catching it today in the Lions secondary, but he's probably going to be throwing it down the field quite a bit more than a majority of these past games.
Yep. Okay. Jovan, if you had to pick one person in either game to score, Martian Beams. Who is it? Need it for my touchdown league. Dave Martinez's burner.
I mean, I'd stick to my plums that have been saying Sterling Shepard scoring all week.
Okay. If you get that right, you're him. Can we also get the Nico Collins report from you today that people are begging for it? People are begging for it.
Yeah, it's not the greatest matchup for them because
Seattle's defense is good.
Yeah, it's not just that their defense is good, but they have I think Witherspoon's going to be back today. I think that's the report, and he I don't know if he'll be 100%, but Seahawks just try to keep everything in front of them. It's like if I'm taking Nico Collins, I want it to be a defense that gives up explosives like the Jags and Titans that are in those 2 green bars there. It's like I don't know that he's going to have a great game. Plus, I also think coming off of the bye week, one of the reasons why I kind of have a little faith in the Texans tonight is because I think the scripted drives to start are going to be a lot of take what's in front of you, take the short pass, get the ball out of your hands if they're smart, which is Woody Marks, Dalton Schultz, a lot of the underneath options. So it might take a second for him to get looks in the game. It's not my favorite.
Okay. He's probably going to need one of those vintage, 45-yarders.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I still never say no to him because that's kind of his role in the offense. It's like he's not a volume guy a majority of the time. It's just every catch is for 20 plus.
Yep. All right. Yeah, it worries me a little bit against that Seattle defense.
I will say I probably expected his line to be a little lower than it is, all things considered.
Yeah. Maybe in the high 60s. Right?
Yeah.
He's just under JSN.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of JSN, my job today is to get Jovan to lock in a JSN less than. See if I can get there.
You could probably get me there.
Okay. All right. Do we want to craft up a lineup?
Yeah.
Looks like Goots is already getting a head start here with pork. Let's go, Goots.
Pork.
4 men, 2 squares from each game.
Ooh.
Sounds like a good formula to me.
Ooh. All right. Goots. Also, I don't want to steal your thunder here, man. Can we get a recap on the Goots PODs for the weekends? Any Goots PODs tonight?
0-2, so bad. I'm just trying to.
All right. Well,
I keep putting out ice plays because I want to get dialed on the ice, but I'm not dialed on the ice.
Good. It's okay, man. At least you're a man of integrity.
Yeah.
I'm not. Recap there, and
quit.
You're a man of honor. Nope.
Yeah, I'll post play after stream. like anyone's going to tell. But yeah, I'm going to post it.
Okay. If I didn't shout out the guys who subbed, I forget because my brain is literally mush after that Commanders game last night and after some Commanders Bud Lights. Rye Guy, Xander, T-Bone Steak, JJJ Quack. We appreciate all you goats getting involved here, resubbing, along with obviously Sade Whiteman, who just comes in here every day and has that lunch pail mentality. Always coming in here giving out subbies. Got to respect it. Got to appreciate it. Thank you all the subbers today. JJJ Quack, T-Bone Steak, Xander, Rye Guy, One Shot Phenom, Adam's got Whalers, Sade Whiteman. Appreciate all you goats. Okay. We do it all for you guys. We do it all for Sade Whiteman. Would you prefer Pork's receptions, Pork's yards?
Probably his yards.
Okay. 15.5 yards. Good call there, Goots, putting that puppy up there, huh? Attaboy.
Maybe Pork.
Could that be a Goots POD collab? Maybe Jovan and Goots POD collab on Pork.
Scoots
more than receiving yards.
Taking USC Trojan Pork as PODs. I don't know who he is.
I put it up there because you mentioned it, Jovan. It wasn't. It's not my POD.
Okay.
But he mentioned it. Let's put it up there.
Okay.
Shout out Pork though.
Trojan Pork.
Trojan Pork.
Okay. Any Goots PODs today, man, before we really lock in here to the Prize Picks board? We'll make sure we give you your opportunity here, your spotlight, Gootsy.
I'm taking the over in the Jets Flames game.
Okay.
Wow.
You heard it here first, folks. If you want to ride with Goots, take that over on the ice.
The Flames are last in goals and goal differential.
Yep.
In the league.
Yep.
They come out a little pissed off tonight.
Yeah, defense.
And if I was going to stand up here and say the Jets won't do job, that'd be crazy because they have 14 goals in the past 3 games. So against the worst team in the league. So
yep.
I like it.
Yep. W Goots POD. Don't give up. Don't ever give up, Goots. I like your chances tonight. Okay. All right. Jovan. I'm down to take Pork more than receiving yards.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Let's get some Pork.
Should we price match guarantee that with JSN less than receiving yards? And just call it for that game? I feel like the answer is right in front of us there.
If you feel so inclined, Krabs.
A couple other squares I was looking at. I don't want to just, this is a democracy. This is not a dictatorship. Okay, I want to remind you guys that. Nick Chubb, less than rushing yards as well. Completely green. Completely green. Now, I guess you might be a hair worried about that if you think it's going to be a winning game script for the Texans, right?
Yeah, but I'm not too worried about that. But we also I thought we were going one square each team because we already have Pork.
Ooh, yeah, I'm super down for that. Some Noah's Ark type. Yeah, I'm super down to diversify there. Goots said 2 squares from each game, and just want to give some options out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I think we just you look at the pop tab, you see the first 2 squares are JSN squares, and I've had some pretty good success fading some goats like that over the last 2 weeks. So I feel like we just take JSN's less than, but I want to hear you out. Do you have any squares you like on Seattle?
Yeah, I'm willing to give you that one because I really don't have too much I care for on Seattle.
Okay.
Even though Cooper Kupp did just get bumped down in front of my face.
Oh, but there is always the Cooper Kupp fades, which I hate because I root for the guy, and he's a Krabs guy through and through. He's on my dynasty team, but I mean, look, man, that's literally the Twitter POD in this game.
Thing is, like, if one of them struggling, it's probably going to the other one.
Yep.
It's really just picking between the cake. Or you could just say they ain't fucking scoring touchdowns and build the Jason Myers statue.
Is Myers back? He's a little sketchy.
Yeah.
A little sketchy.
Kick 2 of them in Jacksonville. Might be back.
I don't know if I'm ready for feet tonight, man. I'll be honest.
I mean, if there's any game for feet, though, wouldn't it be that one?
Probably would be.
What if it was the combo feat?
Looking at these JSN squares, the Demon, which is super popular, and his receiving yards, which is super popular, reminds me of DK Metcalf the other night on prime time when somehow he went less than his fantasy score when I took that and did not score a touchdown when he had the exact same situation going here, Jovan, where he had twice as many people taking him than the next person up, and he had the two most popular squares. I feel like we just keep it simple here and we just take his less than receiving yards. Or if you're so inclined, we could take his less than fantasy score. Since I like the under in the game, you like the Texans. Maybe we hope he doesn't get a touchdown, which is his most popular square. I certainly would not be opposed to taking his less than fantasy score and trying to encapsulate the touchdown fade.
That can be a you decision. I don't have really a preference between the two.
My guts tell me fantasy score. And that way we could fade the most popular square on Prize Picks today, the Demon touchdown.
There you go.
From JSN, who scored back-to-back weeks. Like the under in the game, like the Texans. JSN extremely popular, just like DK Metcalf was. Let's just do the same thing, same recipe.
Yep, I'm in.
All right. JSN longest reception is hilarious. Well,
yeah, I mean every square is green as ma.
Oh, that is insane. Yep. And if you have been watching football this season, if you've been watching Red Zone, you've pretty much seen a JSN bomb every single week. It's typically a touchdown. It's been a very impressive run. A very impressive run. Let's just take his less than fantasy score and fade everything. Let's fade it all. And let's move on to the early game, huh?
Yep.
Jovan, we already have your Sterling Shepard square in a Sharp Report 3-man. I mean, if you're in love with it enough, you let us know. We could double dip. Or I'm sure you probably got a couple other, at least square leans that you like. What the hell?
A little bit. The problem is, like, we don't really have too many different things up because they're hiding all the yards. Yeah, insane square. That shit's been up for weeks, man. I just hate trying to catch the knife with it. It'll eventually turn green, but they're hiding all, like, the receivers don't have yards because they're waiting on the game time Igbuka decision and hiding those on the books and on PP. So there's not too many options. Like Mike, everybody, like Mike's up there, Rashad's up there, Sean Tucker's up there, and Otten's up there. None of the receivers other than Mike for just pure yards. So the options are kind of slim.
Baker pick is an option. Baker more than rush attempts is an option. Doesn't feel right, though, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
The square that Gucci just had up there, the 1.5 receiving yard square for Tucker, is certainly an option.
Yeah.
Certainly an option. Could double dip and go with your guy, Sterling Shepard, right?
Yeah. I mean,
if you're that confident, I wouldn't be opposed.
Pretty confident. Could go Baker pass attempts too. If you want to lean into them losing.
Give that a look, huh? 33.5 pass attempts.
Yeah, it's gotten bumped up a few over the course of the week.
Interesting. Good eye. I like that Baker pass attempts. My guts tell me we just go with your favorite square that you're very confident in today and double dip.
I'm down to do that.
Okay.
I just assumed you were trying to diversify.
No, it's green, bro. Let's just stick with it. Like that Baker square, though. Want that on record. Let's go with Jovan's meat. Sterling Shepard. So we've got 2 more thans, 1 less than. You know what my brain wants to do here? Maybe find a less than on the Lions. Maybe it's that combo 1.5 touchdown less than that involves both teams with Rashad White and Jahmyr Gibbs. That's certainly something. That's certainly an option. But let's look at some other Lion squares that are up here on the boards. Let's see if there's any less than buttons that we like.
I don't know if this is the
D-Mont
game
touchdown.
for less than's Krabs.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe less than Jack Fox punts.
Yeah, that honestly could be the one.
I know you like points in this game.
Yeah.
Jake Bates field goal square is interesting. The more than
fucking.
The Jared Goff more than pass attempts is super interesting as well. It was brought up in the chat and is very read.
Yeah.
Kind of think it's a Jared Goff type of game.
Sling rock and drop trow.
Any Laporta sell jobs here? I mean, he's coming off of 2 pretty decent games, so maybe let him splooge off to the side. But
Bucks can't guard a tight end to save their lives either. So I mean, great matchup on paper for him, but you could say that for the entire offense pretty much. Yeah, the Monty, I wish it was a better matchup for Montgomery because after all that talk over the week of wanting to split the carries more evenly,
right,
it's probably not the best time to do it because you got to run straight into Vita Vea. It's like anything outside the tackles is more Gibbs, but there's probably something coming for him.
You know what it might be then? It's just him scoring. And maybe that's why we go less than 1.5 touchdowns from Gibbs.
He also has a regular touchdown square.
Yeah, I'd rather take the less than 1.5 for Gibbs and
D-Mont has one.
Yeah.
Oh.
The more than here for D-Mont touchdown, sure. And maybe it's coach saying, hey, we might not be able to run the ball, 15 times with you against Vita Vea, the black hole over there, but we'll at least feed you on the goal line like we used to and help you punch it in. Sure. I'd rather take it one step further and take the Rashad White Gibbs less than 1.5 touchdowns and go with that angle where, okay, if coach is giving D-Mont the ball more, it's probably going to be in the red zone. It's probably going to be on the goal line where he thrives. Maybe Gibbs doesn't get in.
Yeah, maybe he just gets one.
And then it goes with that, and Rashad's not scoring.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident in that. So got so juicy to the under after he's been scoring a lot that he's now off the boards. That's what my gut's telling me to do, Jovan. But if you got any qualms, down to pivot.
No, I don't have any qualms because I don't think Rashad's scoring.
Okay. You said it yourself, the squares have been, knock on wood, pretty generous to the less than on prime time. Let's hope that continues tonight. This one feels right to me, man. We got a Jovan Meat square. That's Sterling Shepard more than. We got a nasty receiving yard square. That's been our bread and butter over the last couple of years. On a backup running back. We're fading the most popular square on Prize Picks. Fading the most popular player on Prize Picks in JSN. And we're taking that nasty touchdown less than that's done pretty good so far in prime time this year. That's a 4-man.
That looks like a good 4-man.
That's a 4-man. If you had to take something for Sterling Shepard on the books, Jovan, because people are now obviously wanting to tell that, what would you take?
I don't even know because he doesn't have like yards up. I don't think anywhere.
Touchdown?
Yeah, I mean I think he's gonna score. I mean I'd split it up between his yards and touchdown. If I had to guess, looking at the fantasy score, his yards would probably be 30 something.
Okay.
But I don't see it anywhere that I can bet. So I'm kind of guessing on the number. But I would split it up between that because I think he's scoring too.
Okay. I accidentally just put $1,000 on that lineup instead of 100. Holy shit.
Okay. Let's pull the Trent.
I canceled it. I apologize. Okay. That would not have been probably good. All right. I also put a little bit on a flex for that 4-man. Arrest me. I did it, but I also put $100 on a 10x.
There you go.
Okay. You guys want that link in the chat? I'm in. Let me drop this puppy for you guys. Okay. Woody Marks, more than receiving yards. JSN, less than fantasy score. If he doesn't score, that hits. Sterling Shepard, more than 8 fantasy score. And Gibbs and Rashad White combo, less than 1.5 tutties. Oof. That square is looking at me funny. All right. W lineup. W4 man. Jovan, it might be about that time to craft up a little squad ride for today after going 2-1 over the weekends. Obviously, the Chargers hurt yesterday. It is what it is. We take a 2-1 weekend, though. Can we bounce back and get a squad ride W tonight? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm down.
Dudes, do me a favor. Run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. This game, it's going to have Twitter splooging from offensive overs, Andre saying. Sure, I can see that. And Jovan does have the over in that game. So, yeah, I think it could be like, I'm obviously biased because I'm betting the Lions, but I think it could be a lot like the Cowboys-Commanders game.
Yeah.
I do. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Are we doing an NBA GOAT whale? I will not be partaking in that, but if Jovan has one, now's the time to let the people know.
You're not doing an NBA GOAT whale.
Could not care less about the NBA GOAT whales. I'm focused on doing research about the college basketball teams.
Well,
that's what I'm.
The season starts tomorrow, I think. But
yep,
this is also it's such a Krabs NBA GOAT whale board because it's like all goats. It's like if there's one for you to get in the bag and just fade like you want to fade, it's probably this board with these squares up.
Well, then now I might have to take a peep at it later. God damn it. Okay. Jovan, man, you know me so well. You know how to pull at my heartstrings and get me involved. Get me involved. Okay. Also, Chad, I'll promise I'll bring more energy tomorrow. I'm a dead man right now inside in GTA. So hungover, so tired, and the Commanders' loss last night really was a gut punch. Really hurt. That was worse than the party bus on the way home from the Bears. It was worse.
No way that was worse.
It was worse vibes. Had great wings, great pizza. Just a great day overall. Had a bunch of buddies over. Haven't done that in a while. Just so excited. Got some football plates, football napkins, whole 9 yards, Jovan. Just a great NFL Sunday watch party. Turn to piss. Turn to piss. Yep. Turn to piss. Chat, tomorrow, going to bring a lot of energy. A lot of energy. A lot of winners as well. But I'm also bringing winners today. Okay? Don't forget to tail the Sharp Report plays, not just the squad route. Okay? But with that being said, you're right, low-key, Carly. Could always be a Giants fan. Could be worse. Got to keep it in perspective.
Got to keep it in perspective. Denver and lost brutal fashion, but they lost by.
Shut out the under in that game.
Yeah, 33 points in the fourth?
Yep.
That was just.
Yep. That one hurts. That one hurt. Dead Larry Bird, is Aaron Glenn the worst coach you've ever seen? Because I think he's the worst coach I've ever seen.
Yeah, he was really bad.
He is Ron Rivera on the sidelines. He is mute. Also, to make my weekend even weirder, how about turning on that late night game? Javon's Cal Bears, one of his 10 teams. Ron Rivera getting some TV time. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Jovan.
Ron fucking.
I get back from my buddy's place, sit down, kick the feet up, take a breath, turn the game on, and who fucking pops up? Ron Rivera.
Did you hear what he said, too? He said,
we're focused on keeping your guy. That's the most important priority right now.
Well, yeah. He also said he plans on traveling to all the games, which means he'll be in Blacksburg probably this weekend or Friday.
Dude. Oh. Fucking Ron, man. I thought we were done with Riverboat Ron. And now he's in Blacksburg.
Ron.
Now he's in Blacksburg trying to find ways to get the Hokies to lose games. Unbelievable. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's find a squad ride W for tonight. Jovan, I'll tell you right now, man, I really like my Mariners play, and I really like my under in the late night game.
Okay, let's put those in.
I also got a weird feeling when you were talking about the Texans on the spread. And now I kind of want to double dip in that game. I'm not going to lie. And I never want to double dip.
In the poll?
And I never want to double dip. But I think you're right. That might have been a misfire for me. I think that line might be a little bit weirder than I was initially thinking.
Yeah.
So, look, you probably like your plays better on the Sharp Report. So I'm going to give you the football here and let you do whatever the hell you want with it. What do you want to put in here, man?
I feel like it was definitely, I like the puck plays the best, but between the over and the Texans, they're pretty much the same for me. So confidence is higher in the ice, but between Texans and the over, which are my two things I'll be pushing in for football, I think they're one and the same.
Okay. Are both those hockey plays going to now?
I think so, Krabs. Is any one of those particularly tickling your gym? I feel like you have a randomly good read on when I have multiple hockey plays up here, which one is green if both of them aren't.
Yeah. I like the over 5.5 a lot more than I like the Canadians.
All right, let's go with that.
If I'm being honest. We could put both in though, man. We could.
Yeah, I mean, I like them both. I'm with you. I like the Rangers over a little better.
Okay. It worries me putting both those overs in here because I feel like it might go 1-1, and then you get that over in the football game.
Yeah.
Which we probably should put in here as well. Are we putting that in here?
I mean, you know that's going to win if it goes in here. So if you feel confident riding with it, I feel like that one makes your skin itch.
Yeah, it's a square over, but the way this weekend's gone, man. Yeah, I mean, you want me to put down meat for my thoughts like I did on Friday, although there was no need because Louisville was actually a better play. I would say let's keep that Lions game out of this. No good is coming out of us fading your team or taking that square over in that game. Let's just leave it out. We're betting it. We're rooting for it. We like the plays.
Yeah.
And let's put the Texans in here as well.
Okay.
And let the people pick between those two plays in that game.
I think you cooked.
Okay. That's what my gut's telling me. My gut's right about 70% of the time. About 73% of the time, my gut is correct. So, okay. Are you seeing +3? I'm only seeing 3.5, so we'll go +3.
Yeah, I'm seeing threes.
There. Do you want to leave it at those 4 plays? Mariners first 5 ML, Texans Seahawks under, Wild Rangers over, and Texans +3? Or are you going to lose sleep at night not having your Canadians in here, man? Be honest.
I will not cry about that. I think we go with those 4.
Okay. You're right, Falser. That could just be those RB steak bites rattling around in my gut. You're right. Okay, let's go 4 plays, 4 winners. 4 plays, 4 winners. First time chatter, W Roll Tau, asking if we have any plays in the Mariners or Blue Jays game. I'm on the Mariners first 5 money line. Okay. Mariners first 5 money line. I also like the Yurfie in that game. I will be taking that square on Prize Picks. Would have never expected to see a Yurfie square up for a game with a 7.5 total. I know there's been overs in that game, in that series. I know there's been runs, right? But come on now. Game 7, Nerfy up there.
Nerfy square is nuts.
Got to take that square, put that more than in something, right? Have to.
Has to be done.
What's up, Welta? Ooh. I do like Kirby less than outs. But I obviously like the more than the less than 1.5 earned runs allowed square better. That was on the Sharp Report. W Krabs for the late night Stanford play. Yeah, nobody talks about that one, although deservingly so after a shit weekend. But Stanford outright against Jovan's guy Castellanos.
That game was hilarious. He also might be
Weird
dead.
game.
Did we not get I haven't seen a single update.
Yeah, it's brutal. Weird game. Hey, you got Andrew Luck over there with his greasy paws involved. I don't know if I want to be fading Stanford much, and they're always due for a weird upset or two every year. So
they always just catch the teams going all the way to the West Coast in the late night games.
It's a tough spot, man.
It gets weird every time, dude.
It is a tough spot.
Speaking of
a lot of love.
There's one of them coming up pretty soon too, not from Stanford, that I'm sure you'll be excited about because Cal goes to VT this week, and the next week you got UVA coming to Cal. They're losing. They'll be losing.
Damn. Well, Jovan, how about that? Dusting off old Krabs on a Monday.
Wow.
Okay.
What a shocking
love that.
Turnout. I did not expect that.
Hey, that puts a smile on my face, folks. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys. And also, it's worth noting here, I don't even know what to say. The Mariners got 1 vote in that poll.
That might be freeze play in there.
1 vote. 1 vote. Should we flip it and have that be the squad ride? Jesus. All right. To be honest with you guys, this is the play I wanted to win this poll. So I'm pretty ecstatic. Right now. That could be what changes the vibes on a Monday afternoon here when I'm hungover as a moose. W Kevin D, W Chat. For dusting off old Krabs in a late night under, I guess I have trained you guys up pretty decently, huh?
Dude, Krabs getting 3 out of the last 4 squad rides been unders. He's literally joking.
Maybe they're a little bit, maybe their pockets are a little fatter with those 2 unders this weekend, right? Friday night, Louisville under. We got lucky a little bit there, I'll be honest. And then Saturday's late night under as well. Jovan, what a call. What a call.
Unbelievable.
Oh, what a read with the under in that game. Maybe the chat's in their little under era here, right?
Yeah, Steaky.
Could be in their under era.
Not bitching, but I was putting a hand up. I don't think I'd hit an under in like 3 weeks on the previews, and I hit both.
Well,
pretty sweat free this weekend. Classic.
You said you changed up some things, right?
I did. I started going with my gut under reads, and it was both of those. Sneaky. I mean, didn't have great wagers yesterday, but the first half under in the Falcons game was probably my best one all weekend, which was nuts.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Chad might be in their under era, folks. Take notes. Take notes. Love it. All right. W stream today. We'll be back tomorrow. You guys know the drill. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Squad ride, Texans, Seahawks, under 41.5. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. We appreciate